Welcome to Edwards Beyond the Test, a podcast that goes behind the scenes of the flight test mission at Edwards Air Force Base. I'm Dawn Waldman from the 412 Test Wing Public Affairs Office. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's known as STEM, and here at Edwards there is a robust STEM program. And today's guest is Miss Helida Vanhoy, the 412 Test Wing STEM coordinator. But, before we talk about your awesome program, tell us a little bit about you.
I have a degree in liberal studies with an emphasis in math, 2 cleared teaching credentials. One is a multi-subject and the other is a single subject in mathematics. And I also have an applied mathematics degree. For fun, I enjoy flying.
Do you really?
I do. I have so much fun. I have a student pilot license.
Okay.
And I do a lot of gliding at Mountain Valley and Tehachapi.
Oh, my goodness. That sounds like fun.
It is so much fun.
And you also had a career in aerospace before you came here.
Yes, I did. I worked for the Space Shuttle program for 11 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And I worked for Rockwell and Aerojet Rocketdyne doing analytical work.
That's exciting.
And I love my job here right now because I love helping the local community.
Okay. Well, the goal, as you've told me, of our Edwards STEM program is to inspire and motivate the youth. But what ages are you reaching out to with this program?
We're focusing on K through 12.
Edwards is a big part of the aerospace valley with many STEM-related careers here at the base. With that in mind, the STEM program is very active not only with the schools here at Edwards, but you also go out in the community. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Our amazing volunteers at Edwards try to support local groups and events that are focused on STEM education. So, for example, we have many volunteers providing math tutoring, judging competitions, or being mentors for groups such as Mathletes, Cyber Patriots, or robotics teams. As well as helping out in the local schools by providing guest speakers and hands-on STEM lessons and activities in the classroom.
Okay.
We are members of the Antelope Valley East Kern STEM Network, which focuses on exposing teachers and students to what is new in STEM. So just recently in November, we had a STEMposium right here at Edwards Air Force Base.
That was exciting when that happened.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. And this was a free event open to the public, and we had guest speakers from Edwards Air Force Base, including our own General Tyker. We had speakers from AFRL, the Air Force Research Laboratory, Northrop, and NASA. And in October, we participated in an event called Girls in Aviation at Fox Airport. This is an event that's put on by Women in Aviation to encourage young ladies to pursue careers in aerospace.
Okay.
For this event, we had female pilots, engineers, airplane mechanics, and traffic controllers all speaking about their own experiences. And we also had hands-on activities related to flight.
Well, let's talk about some of those activities, the hands-on activities that you take out to all of these events. You told me previously that they involve rocket straws and cubelets. What's that all about?
We try to bring hands-on activities that encourage the kids to think and to have fun with science. So, for example, the straw rockets, they can draw their own, or they can just color one that we already have pre-made, and they make their own straw rocket using Play-Doh and colors and cards and straws, and then they test it on a little rocket launcher.
Okay.
And they change the angle of attack to see, what happens with the rocket. Does it go further? Does it go higher? Why and why not? And it really encourages the kids to think. So they start to compare, for example, Susie's rocket went further than Joey's rocket or whatever. Why is that? So we try to encourage them to think, why? Why do you think that happened? Oh, I think it's because mine's too heavy. Maybe I put too much Play-Doh on it. Or maybe it's the angle that I have it set at that will make it go higher or further. So they have a lot of fun with it. We bring out cubelets, for example. They're little magnetic cubes that the kids can use to build a robot.
Are you serious? That's neat.
Oh, they have so much fun. All we tell them is, these are cubelets, and, these are the power cubes, these are the sensor cubes, these are the motion cubes. Have fun with it, build a robot. It is amazing to see how creative these kids are. And that's why we don't tell them what to do. We encourage them to just come up with their own ideas. because, some of their ideas are so much better than what we could ever come up with as
Right.
adults. They're so creative.
Right. It's like a lesson in disguise.
Absolutely. They have so much fun learning robotics and science and math without thinking about it. I don't want them to be afraid. I want them to enjoy the sciences.
And then, as they're enjoying this opportunity, do you know whether or not they go back to the classroom and have a whole different mindset about learning? Does it help?
It does help because we do get feedback from the teachers, and the teachers tell us how excited they are about it. They talk about it for weeks. It really helps encourage the kids to enjoy the sciences and not be afraid of them.
Well, back here at Edwards, one of the things the STEM office supports is our STARBASE program. Can you briefly tell us about STARBASE?
Yes. Oh, I love STARBASE. STARBASE is an amazing DoD STEM program for fifth graders.
Just fifth graders.
Just fifth graders.
Okay.
And the cool thing is that it's not just open to the schools on base. This is open to all the local schools.
Okay. Now, I asked you to only briefly tell us because the other day we had an opportunity to go to STARBASE. So let's go listen to that recording that we made while we were there.
Sounds great.
As you're coming in, take your seats down and then turn your voices off because I have a couple words I want to give you. I'm going to pass.
Welcome back to Edwards Beyond the Test. Our guest is Miss Helida Vanhoy, the 412 Test Wing STEM coordinator, who is now joining me at the STARBASE classroom, which is next to Branch Elementary School here on Edwards. We're talking with Miss Amira Flores, who is the director of the Edwards STARBASE. Amira, STARBASE is a DoD program, but can you tell us more about it?
STARBASE is a DoD program that is geared towards fifth grade students to be exposed to STEM education. So they get 25 hours of STEM education that focuses on physics, chemistry, STEM careers, mathematics, and technology.
Well, this classroom that we're in is really impressive. Can you tell us what you have going on here? I see 3D computers and there's robotics.
So we do have 3D printers. We do have computers. We have Spheros. We have Lego Mindstorms. We also have students that are able to code these robotic balls, and they get to play Robo Putt-Putt, which is really fun. They also get to learn about physical and chemical changes through experiments. They also get to go on field trips and be exposed to the military side and know what they do for STEM. And we also have guest speakers that come along and talk to the kids about what their profession is all about. That way they get to be exposed to 21st century learning.
So during the time that they're here, they learn a lot, but what do they come away with?
So they take away 25 hours of STEM education. So they come once a week for 5 weeks from 9 to 2 p.m. We do have STARBASE instructors that are dedicated to enriching students' education, and the classroom teacher comes along as well. So not only do the students receive all this extra education, but so does the teacher. The teacher takes away lots of extension lessons that he or she can use in the classroom.
Can you tell us, how do the students get to be in the STARBASE program?
So STARBASE is dedicated to underrepresented students. So schools that are Title I do receive the priority of being in STARBASE. And what we do is we rank the schools based on the school accountability report card. So rating them with their math and science test scores, diversity, free reduced lunch. So there's a lot of criteria that schools have to be eligible to participate in STARBASE.
What gets you so excited about being here every day on the center of the aerospace testing universe and running the STARBASE program for these students?
I'm absolutely blessed to be here. Honestly, it's such a wonderful feeling knowing that today we have exposed students to beyond the classroom, what you can do, what can you take out of just being in the classroom, but being here at STARBASE and learning all those hands-on lessons, exposing them to various career fields. That to me, it's a feeling that's not replaceable. When students want to, they say, can we come back for a 6th day or a 7th day? I wish I could, but it's really amazing. It's just a wonderful feeling to have kids wanting to come back.
Many thanks to Amira Flores for taking us beyond the test and telling us about Starbase. When we come back, we'll be back in studio and talk more about STEM and some of the upcoming events happening both on base and out in the community. Welcome back to Edwards Beyond the Test. Our guest today is Miss Helida Vanhoy, the 412 Test Wing STEM Coordinator. You know, Helida, one thing we forgot to mention is that the STEM office also supports the base school liaison office with tours and tutoring and more. Can you tell us about that?
Well, actually, we all work together.
Okay.
We are in the process of restructuring how we do our base tours because right now the schools are allowed to come and visit our base as a field trip.
Okay.
On a field trip. But we are completely booked for the year, so we're trying to figure out how we can fit in more schools in the future. We're also supporting our local schools on base with the math tutoring program, and open to any school is an Adopt a Classroom program where our volunteers can come out to the schools and work on hands-on activities with the kids
and that
in
is
the classroom.
Done through the school liaison office?
That is done through the school liaison
All
office.
right.
That's correct. And not only do we work with the school liaison office, it really is a huge effort, way beyond me and our team at XP. It also involves many other groups, such as public affairs, even many other departments, because all these volunteers are coming from all the different departments.
Well, some of the upcoming events you'll be participating in the coming year include the LA County Air Show at Fox Field in Lancaster. That's coming up in March 2020. What are you going to be having at that event?
We are hoping to have guest speakers, pilots, engineers, and also some hands-on activities for the kids to have fun with.
And then coming up in October 2020, well, that's the huge Aerospace Valley Air Show here at Edwards, and you plan to have a big STEM presence there.
I am so excited about that one. We have not had an air show here at Edwards in a very long time.
That's
and
right.
It is a privilege to be involved with that. It's a huge task, a huge undertaking. General Tyker is very supportive of it and of STEM exposure for the local community. We're going to have a huge hangar with lots of hands-on activities and
maybe displays, things like that?
Yes, absolutely. Displays. We're going to have a booth to meet the pilot so that the kids can come up and meet a pilot, get an autograph, talk to them about what it's like to fly, possibly another section where they can meet the engineer and the engineers can talk to them about what it's like to be an engineer and what to do. And again, all these events really involve a lot more than one group. Because, for example, for the air show, we are going to have a lot of people that are coming to support from the different organizations here on base. So, for example, Boeing, Lockheed, Northrop, NASA.
Our tenant organizations here on
yes,
base, right?
Absolutely.
Right, and people from the units, too, they also volunteer.
Yes. Without them, none of this would be possible, absolutely.
Helida, both you and the STEM volunteers put forth a great deal of effort toward inspiring and motivating the students throughout the entire Aerospace Valley. But at the end of the day, what kind of feedback do you get from all of this?
It's really exciting to be working with this program because we get a lot of positive feedback. Starting with even our volunteers, we get personal satisfaction from seeing the kids get so excited about the sciences and about our careers, because we're very passionate about our careers as mathematicians, as engineers, as mechanics, and it's exciting to see the kids get excited about it too. The teachers, they really appreciate the help with teaching STEM. As the new science and math standards have changed, now a lot more hands-on, real-life lessons have to be addressed in a classroom, and this is where we can come in and help support some of that. So they do appreciate the support there. And of course, the kids, they love it. And we love to see how much fun they have. They don't even realize that they're working on science and math. They are just having fun with it. And that's what it's all about.
And that sounds successful. When they don't realize they're having a lesson and they're just having fun learning.
Absolutely. You know what they say, If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And that's what we want these kids to be able to do someday.
For those wanting to find out more about the Edwards STEM program, you do have a website, and it's located at www.edwards.af.mil/STEM. So we want people to go there and learn more about the STEM program here at Edwards. Helida, before I let you go, you need to tell us what excites you about working here at the center of the aerospace testing universe.
Well, I was born in Mexico and migrated to America with my family at the age of 6 because we were literally starving to death. I have never been hungry since, so that's exciting. I love America. And I have always tried to do my best, whether it was working for the Space Shuttle program or conducting flight research at NASA Armstrong. Basically, I am very proud to be an American and very proud to work for the Air Force. This is my way of giving a little back to this amazing country that has given me so much.
Many thanks to today's guests, Helida Vanhoy and Amira Flores, for taking time out to share their stories and taking us beyond the test. We invite our listeners to submit their suggestions for future episodes by sending us an email at beyondtest@412tw.us. Thanks to all for joining us. I'm Dawn Waldman for Edwards Beyond the Test.